not going our way, we throw many tantrums. And we don't just do it to men, but we do it to other women as well. So that is a lie. Do not believe that we don't demasculate our men off of natural instinct. Yes, we do. Just because we're not getting our way. But I want to do a response to that part of what she said. For those that are just tuning in, like, you just got to listen to the beginning of the video. She's absolutely right in what she's saying. She's absolutely right. But here's the thing. As grown women, as grown adults, as people who are wanting healthy relationships, we got to get to a point where we listen to understand. We got to stop listening from our hurt. We got to stop listening from our trauma. We got to listen to understand. And then when we're having a conversation, now these are the tools that we need in life general, but we need these specifically to have a healthy relationship. And we do not have this. When we have conversations as women, we're too emotional. So we deflect all the time. We bring in topics that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on at the moment, but we bring it in because we so emotional. We so all over the place. So when we're reading posts on social media, when we're commenting and things like that, I notice a lot of women, when they share certain things, they are commenting out of their hurt. They're commenting out of their trauma. They're commenting out of their anger. And it's like, okay, you're not listening to understand what is being said. You're listening to thank you. Yes, yes. Exactly what you said. You're listening to only respond because you're triggered by something. And I tell people all the time, triggers are okay. Don't make nobody make you feel bad about having triggers. But the thing is, as an adult, we have to get to a point where we stabilize our triggers, or where we stabilize our response to the triggers. Like, a lot of times we make the situation worse by how angry we get. And then people looking at you like you done blew up, and you like, why you don't understand? But at the end of the conversation, you're even more mad. But anywho, going back to what she said versus what my post was talking about. The thing is, I create conversation. I create thoughts. I create things that will hold us accountable. I create things to give us tips to learn how to have better relationships, how to work on ourselves. So the thing with that is that although what she's talking about is absolutely right, that is literally not what my post was talking about at all. Not at all. We're not talking about the men who's out here hurting you and doing this and the other, and then they playing victim because you responded in a negative way. That's not what my post is talking about. I'm talking about the women who demasculate men and then turn around and you tell them, well, you need to be in touch with your feelings. Why you don't talk to me? Why you don't express to me? Why you talking to your homeboys? Why you talk to your mama? Why you talk to your sister? Why you talk to your other female friends? Like, why are you talking to all these people and you don't talk to me? I'm your partner. Those are the people I'm talking about. When you are sitting here, you are wanting your man to speak to you. Now let's be honest. Men do not respond like women respond. Men do not open up just so freely like women open up. So when you have a man who is talking to you, whether that's a friend and definitely a spouse or, a boyfriend or whatever, you got to be so careful to not demasculate him in the moment of him being vulnerable. That's all my post was talking about. We're not talking about the men embarrassing you and then you acting out of anger. That's not what the post is talking about. We're talking about strictly not allowing a man to be in a space to express himself. And then when he expresses himself, then you calling him, and I'm going to go on and say this. I know some people don't like cursing, but baby, I curse. Cursing makes me happy sometimes. My friend told me work on it, and I'm going to work on it, but I like to curse. But you cannot demasculate a man and tell him, oh, why don't you open up to me? Why don't you talk to me? You talk to your female friends, you talk to your mama, you talk to all these people but me, but I'm your partner. I'm supposed to be your best friend, but you're not. Because you're not creating safe spaces. He opened up to you, you turn around, maybe not in that same day, but you use it against him the next time y'all in an argument. You turn around, you calling him a bitch. You calling him gay. You calling him sensitive. Or you acting like a female. We do all of these verbal, abusive comments to our men to demasculate them. And then we turn around in the same breath and we act like the victim. We act like, well, I don't know why he don't talk to me. Yes, you do. And if I was him, I wouldn't talk to you either. I do my female friends like that. Female counterparts. Right, that P word, yep. I do them like that. If I share a vulnerable moment with you and you use that against me in my weakness, baby, you ain't got to worry about me saying nothing else to you. I will keep it to myself or go find somebody else, trust and believe. So if I do that as a woman, imagine what the men do. Men don't open up like us. They don't express like us. They're not as vulnerable like us. So when you find these men that are opening up, do not demasculate him. Do not. And then don't turn around and be a victim. Like, oh, he talked to everybody else but me. And do. Because you demasculate him. And I want women to understand, like, the content that I do is because we got to get better. We got many posts where we blasting men. Yes, because they need to get their stuff together too. This ain't no, oh, they do everything right, because they don't. They don't. They got a lot of things they need to work on too. But I believe men hold other men accountable. Women hold other women accountable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold women accountable, because I know what it took for me to grow to the space that I'm in. I know what it took for me to grow to be the woman that I'm in. Okay, I'm going to save it. Hopefully I save it. I ain't gonna delete it on purpose, but I don't go live often, so I'll be forgetting like what I'm supposed to do. But I'll save the live. I was giving her time to get on her and comment. Like, I don't know if she's working. I don't know her time zone. I don't know. But I kind of wanted her to get on her and comment so that we could kind of have an understanding. Because her post was definitely off. When she shared my post, her comments are off, so I couldn't comment on there. So I was hoping she would get on live and we could just kind of have a conversation. The thing is, again, yes, we are talking about men cannot play victim when a woman's snapping out on you. Okay, you cheated on me. You publicly embarrassed me. You did whatever you did to make me feel less than a woman. I get that. And now I'm snapping on you. I'm cussing you out. I'm doing that. Whatever I do. Right. But that is not what my post is talking about. I'm not talking about you retaliating because he did something wrong. I'm saying when you tell men, please talk. Please talk to me. I'm here to listen. You could be vulnerable with me. I ain't gonna use it against you. When you say these things, you gotta mean that. Because the moment, men are not like women. So the moment you hurt them, you know how women, we can get cheated on multiple times and we still gonna stay. We might cuss you out, we might talk about it, we might tell everybody else, but we still gonna stay. Men, you know how we say, oh, they can't handle the hurt they dish out, because they cannot. That's just natural science, biology, whatever you want to call it. They cannot. And we know this though. That is the thing. Like, we know men can't handle a lot of things that we handle. So when they open up and be vulnerable, we know it's a fact that men do not open up. It's a fact that they put on the front, that they put on the show and they act so hard. It's a fact, and we know this. Yet and still, when we find a man that decides to open up to us, and again, it ain't even got to be your partner in a relationship, but my post was talking about relationships. It could be your brother, your cousin, whoever. When a man open up, we got to be so careful with our words with them. You cannot demasculate him. You cannot call him a B word. You cannot call him gay. You cannot call him cis. Like, you cannot do that, because when you do that, they say, all right, yep, I just took a mental note. Never talk to you again, and won't. And then we turn around and be mad. We just got to do better, ladies. We got to do better. And that's an unrealistic expectation. I do have a class, y'all, in March on unrealistic expectations. And I get down to the nitty gritty. I talk about, hey, if you wear your heart on your sleeve, please don't come to my classes. Please don't join my lives. Please get off my page. Because I feel like we need to have these hard conversations so that we can be better. Once you begin to be better, once you come into your power, a lot of this crap that we going through with relationships and men, or, if it's a dude on here, if what we going through with women, we will not even put up with it, because we know our worth, because we know our power. But the reason we put up with stuff, because we don't have these conversations. We hide behind the little, makeup, the lashes, the haircuts, the hats. We hide behind all that, the wigs. Yeah, I think my wig lifting too. But anyway, we hide behind all that and we put up a front. The whole time we hurting, we bitter, we need help. We keep going on these merry-go-rounds from dude after dude to woman after woman, because we don't want to have these hard conversations. We don't want to be held accountable. We don't want to be held accountable, but growth starts with accountability. I had to do it. And because I had to go through that, I had to cry, fight, get mad, not fight nobody else. Although I wanted to, but fight, like, battle within myself. I had to do it. So doggone well, I'm not letting up off y'all. We got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about it, because I want to see us happy. My culture of people, this skin color, baby, we hurting. We hurting, and it's because we don't want to have the conversation that we need to have. So again, March 8th, I'm only taking 7 people. I want to keep it small, men and women, because I want us to talk and be vulnerable in the space to actually hear and understand each other. And I believe the link is on the video or the caption or something. But March 8th, we talk about unrealistic expectations. And this is one of them. This is one of them unrealistic expectations, is that because you are my man, because you are my husband, because I ain't gonna need to say woman or wife because the post was about men. So I'm gonna keep it there. But because you are my man, because you are my husband, like, I deserve for you to talk to me. I deserve this. You're supposed to talk to me. That's an unrealistic expectation. If you don't create the space for that man to be vulnerable, if you don't create the space for it to be safe, to show you that I'm not human as a man, I'm not talking to you. Will not do it. And me as a life coach, I don't recommend it, because men break down mentally too. And when they get broke down, they go through everything in life. They should never come home and war with their woman. Ever. You are supposed to be that safe space. That's an unrealistic expectation to think just because you have that title that he's supposed to be vulnerable with you. Create the space for him to be vulnerable. Create the space. When you create that space, baby, that man ain't gonna run to nobody. Because, baby, my woman got me. Baby, I'm safe with my woman. I'm gonna talk to her about everything. I might go to the guys to talk about men stuff, but no, I'm going to my woman. Because she's so safe. She's so delicate with me. She don't never post about my stuff. She don't never put me out on social media. She's so delicate with me. She don't go to her family and talk about our problems. She's so delicate with me. I'm going to my woman. But I am going back into work, y'all. I hope I ain't